Recapper Wu Gambino, and I'm with Vulp.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
We're gonna cover Week 10. It looks like it's off to a good start with everyone. I mean, pretty high scores all around.
Yeah, a lot of high flying action. At least two touchdowns in every game but one. Some lopsided victories, only one draw, but I'm excited to look at each one.
All right, so first game we got is Welcome to the Dark Side, Queen Elizabeth versus Dumping Out the Roof, Rebbl, 2-1 for the Dark Elves.
Yeah, so first thing we're looking at is the Dark Elves come in with an almost over a 500 TV advantage.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
yeah, huge. This wouldn't even have gotten matched up in a CCL. It was been too high, too out of range. It's we knew the Skaven were a bit beat up coming in, and it was going to be kind of an uphill battle for them. And they kept it close, pretty close, similar amount of blocks. But just a lot of AV breaks, a lot of removals, kind of led
That
started leaning with the way towards the Dark Elves, and they pulled out on top.
yeah, that possession change 87 to 12 in favor of the Dark Elves was
Yeah,
pretty. That's yeah. But he's
yeah,
able to get a score out of it though, so
he was
that's
he was able to get a score. It went on Skitter though, so he wasn't able to keep that 3 SPP. But yeah, I mean, he may have just tried to do a quick score, try to go for a win or something. His Claw Mighty Blow piece, the home invasion, the Blitzer did get 2 casualties, which is great. Um, MVP on the kick lino, which is okay, I guess, but did get a level up on the guard gutter runner, and as well as just a rando lineman who was able to get a completion as well. So 2 vanity passes is pretty good.
yeah, it wasn't too much damage, like long-term damage, pretty much.
No, yeah, his 2 hits piece is out for next game, which a bit of a bummer. For the Dark Elves, their Mighty Blow tackle piece is out for next game. So pending if they play, that could be a big piece. He got 2 touchdowns on the block guard Lino actually, which is interesting enough, and he caught the MVP. So 11
Wow.
SVP for all in one piece. Yeah, quite a bit. But overall, I'm sure Queen Elizabeth will take it. Team's looking pretty good. A lot of doubles, a lot of stat ups all around. It was going to be tough for the Skaven to match up with that kind of firepower here, and it looks like they made a game of it as much as they could. They did induce Glart and Skitter, but just too much TP advantage to overcome.
Yep. All right, let's see. Next one we got is the Primal Concrete Sledge and Sestside versus Second Toughest in Infants, Medicinal Carrot, 2-0 for Underworld.
Yeah, big victory here. You would expect coming in that there's going to be a lot of removals, and we see exactly that. I mean, 5 KOs and 4 casualties for the Chaos, 3 KOs, 1 casualty for the Underworld. Um, the only permanent damage being on a rookie Beastman, but um, yeah, these are kind of 2 hard-hitting teams going at it, and Medicinal Carrot came out on top with the 2-0 victory.
That looks like similar TV. The possession was 62 to 25 in favor of the Underworld. Not much passes completed, but looking at the blocks and the armor breaks, yeah, that's 34, 12 armor breaks, 45, 15 armor breaks. It was pretty hard hitting, and at least they got a few levels out of it. And like you said, there wasn't a lot of injuries, permanent injuries. So
Yeah, the MVP fell on a good piece. The rookie Beastman levels up. 2 Warriors got some casualties in that match. One leveled up, so curious to what he grabbed there. Maybe it's pile on, maybe it's guard. One Warrior is MNG'd for the next game, so guard Mighty Blow Warrior. That's a pretty big piece to be out. His frenzy tackle piece and Mighty Blow piece. He's the biggest Goblin killer coming in, right? 2 casualties inflicted. guess not that surprising. Only badly hurts for the Underworld, which is good. His Claw Palmer, the only one that was able to inflict a casualty, did get hurt, but thankfully it was just a badly hurt. And the thrower was able to punch in 2 touchdowns and get a level up himself.
Yeah, not bad. So, yeah, I'm actually interested what they take for levels. We'll probably go over that when we see their teams
Yeah.
or their next matchup. So, overall, looks like a good match, even though the score doesn't look that way. But I'm pretty sure it was pretty hard fought.
Yeah.
All right, next game. The GOATs of all time, Kiwi Bird 44 versus Chorf. Wait, hold my beer. 2-0 for the Chorfs.
Yeah, it came in pretty similar TV. However, Chorfs are just a lot more TV efficient, especially the Chaos are sporting a Minotaur right now, and that's a lot of TV up front. So even though it was similar TV coming in, really the Chorfs had the much better team, just a lot more tools. That led
Guard.
to tons of guard, tons of tackle, tons of block. Makes it tough for the Chaos to be able to compete, especially if they don't have any Claw Mighty Blow, which they didn't coming in. And ultimately, the Chores were able to double up on the amount of blocks that were generated.
And 17 armor breaks, it looks like, 5 casualties, 4 KOs.
Yeah, rough.
Kill.
Yeah, Ricky Beastman died.
Ricky Beastman, yeah.
The rest were badly hurt. Looked like there probably was an Apo in there as well. The Minotaur did get a casualty for a level up, which is great. The Agility 4 Blodge Warrior got a completion and a casualty as well. He's only 3 SPP away from another level, so that's decent development all around. The Blodge Mighty Blow Beastman got an MVP, so pretty good. Unfortunately, the Bull Centaur was able to punch it in. This guy, Ruff Chuff, once again, as a reminder, there is now a $20 bounty on this bull's head. I matched Woo's bounty, came in, and I want to see him dead, and this is not what I wanted to see. 2 touchdowns punched in and a level up. That's pretty filthy right there.
I'm actually curious what he's going to get next with that.
Yeah, well, there was a pretty big injury for the Chorfs here. The Dwarf Eater Chorf, one of the blockers, did eat a move bust, which is pretty rough. He had 3 casualties that game, so probably a game of a lifetime for him, and unfortunately was able to eat a movement bust there, so that's rough. But you see the damage that that the blockers were able to inflict. 5 casualties from those 3 alone.
Yeah, and the movement bust, of course, it's going to be annoying, but it's still good to have him. I mean, he's 3 levels in, and go until he gets like another bust or something bad happens to him.
Yeah, you probably keep him. I think he said that he was going to be re-rolling anyways, so you probably keep him throughout the rest of the season. He is stand firm as well, so that alleviates some need to be moving around the pitch. It's definitely you don't want to see because they're already so slow as is, but I think for the rest of the season, for someone who's probably going to be re-rolling anyways, you probably keep him.
Yeah. But overall, looks like Chaos is not having a good week.
No, they're tough to win with. Chaos, they can deal a lot of damage. They're not easy to win games with.
All right, our next game: Orcs of Forks Tater Spiral versus Lackland Long Tongues by Urs 1-0 for the Lizardmen.
Yeah, even though they got outblocked by 20, they had a little bit of a TV disadvantage there. Removals were about the same. They were able to come out on top here, so very interesting. And kind of the first thing that jumps off the page with me is Angry, the Black Orc block guard, Black Orc blocker is dead. 1 SPP away from another level. That's a rough injury there. Another one is MNG'd. That's gonna be rough for him for the next week.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good at all. Yeah, he needs those 2 pieces, but it happens. Blood Bowl,
Yeah, and Howie Long, the blitzer, the palm tackle piece, he thought was gonna be a skink killer. No casualties inflicted, so that's a bit disappointing as well.
Not living up to his name.
Yeah.
Man. All right. And then let's look at the Lizardmen. 2 casualties on the Saurus.
Yeah, the lone mighty
Lodge
blow. Yeah,
Saurus.
the Blodge tackle, mighty blow source, pretty much the superstar of the team. Stepped up, got 2 casualties for him. Maybe even was one of the deaths that was inflicted. So that was huge. He definitely stepped up. The block guard source got an MVP. Just the Dodge Source got a casualty as well, kind of random casualty. He is MNG'd for the next game. The Super Skink is only badly hurt, which is good. The Block Skink was able to punch in a touchdown. Rookie Skink died, but that's neither here nor there. They're pretty easy to replace.
Yep. But overall, looks like a hard-fought match.
Yeah, I wonder when the Black Orcs left. If the Black Orcs left at and either just the beginning of a drive or just having those 2 strength 4 off the pitch against all the Lizard strength 4 just really kind of swings the advantage to the Lizard side. So that might have played a factor into it. Kind of hard to tell with just looking at the stats here, but definitely a really good victory for the Lizards here.
Okay. Next match, we got the Rotting Cum Boys, Buzzard 295 versus No Sleep Till Elfheim, Gunner 23.
Yeah, I just want to say I called it. I came in. Yeah, I said he's going to get his first win this season, and that's exactly what he did. He did have a bit of a TV disadvantage coming in, but Elves with the Wizard definitely can turn the tide during games. He's a good coach coming against a Nurgle team. It's hard to win with Nurgle. They don't really match up well against Elves all the time. And yeah, I'm not surprised that that Gunner was able to pull out the victory here.
Let's see. Rotting Cum Boys had about 15 armor breaks, 4 casualties, 5 KOs. There's been a few fouling going on, but
yeah, he actually took 4 casualties himself. He actually inflicted just 1, which is a bit surprising against Pro Elves. A lot of AV7 around, although he just has 2 mighty blow. The team isn't really made to kill teams yet. But yeah, he won their removal game because of so many KOs. But if some of those KOs came back, that could maybe not mattered so much.
Oh yeah, my bad for misreading that, but yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, took a big injury on the movement up. Pestigore mighty blow. Immediately gets that movement taken right back from him. That's rough.
Yeah, it's like almost he didn't level.
Yeah, that's a lot of bloat right there. All of a sudden, probably fireable at this point. Especially with Buzzard, I don't think he's competing for a playoff spot. Still looking for development. His Nurgle is still about 250 TV away from being where they want to be. Probably makes sense to go ahead and try to rebuild down the Pestigore, in my opinion.
Yep. And the Pro Elves, their catcher leveled, the movement up, Juggernaut.
Yeah, this is a filthy piece. Got 2 completions. Was able to level up. He might be able to actually get some sort of like more useful skill, like dodge or block next, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. Let's see what he's got next.
The mighty blow catcher stepped up. 2 casualties inflicted. Fantastic. The other catcher with 2 completions and a touchdown, 5 SPP. There was a journeyman who caught the MVP. I'm curious if he bought him or not. That's a bit of a bummer. Otherwise, pretty healthy SPP all around for the Elves.
Yep, and that other catcher is 3 SPP away from leveling, and the other one is 5 SPP. So
they're right there. Yeah, they're both right there.
All right, so next game we got Night Elf Brohawk Raaraar versus Dungeon of Doom Generic Gamer 2-1 for the Dark Elves.
Yeah, it looks like a good game. I mean, I did see in the Discord that Generic Gamer was a bit disappointed that the Dark Elves won this one. He felt like he lost grasp out of it, which was tough to see. Just kind of looking at it, the Undead were able to throw a lot of blocks, got a lot of removals. They kind of looks like, just from the stats here, I mean, the Dark Elves barely had the ball all match. a lot of this looks like it's in the favor of the undead. So I can probably see where he's coming from, where you felt like he let this one slip away. So tough. I mean, this is a freak Dark Elf team, as we were talking about last week. It took a bit of a hit with the Agility 5 Blodge Step Tackle Blitzer. Took an AV bust. He caught an MVP, got a level up. Probably not a fireable offense with Agility 5, but that's he's definitely even more of a target. Yeah, he's a Wood Elf now. Yeah, you're right.
And then
for the
not any
undead,
levels for the
yeah, the undead look good. I mean, they a touchdown and a casualty from that Agility 4 Blodge White, which is great to see. The guard Dirty Player Zombie got an MVP. That guy is just he became that's an interesting piece. I'm not sure you really want to be fouling with a guard piece, but at the same time, he's kind of a jack of all trades. He can smash someone who's on the ground, or he can come in and help the mummies bash someone if they need to as well. So, not a lot of SPP for them. It was really just 5 and 5 on 2 pieces. Not a lot of SPP for the Dark Elves really. But they did take that one big injury, and I'm sure the Dark Elves will take the victory there. Looks like it was a hard fought match, and kudos for the undead for giving them hell.
Not too bad he couldn't kill any of those witches.
Yeah, they're tough, man. They're tough. Blodge, strength 4. You have to have a pretty badass piece to kill those things.
Yep. All right, and our last game, the Berserker Gang, Breeder versus the Eldar Statesman, Randall Clark. A draw.
Yeah, the only draw for the week. Almost equal amount of blocks was generated, which is a bit surprising. I think we talked about this last week, where the Norse, with all their frenzy, tend to have like inflated block numbers. So the fact that the High Elves were able to outblock them is super impressive. It was a 5-guard Norse team, so yeah, that's not exactly what you would expect. I mean, they had a lot more possession too. I mean, the Norse were able to score pretty quickly. This is about 37% total possessions. Honestly, if I would have seen these numbers flipped, I think they probably would maybe made more sense, except for the completions made by the Elves. But seems like an interesting game all around.
It looks like a lot of more stuns. Only a handful of casualties. 1 for the High Elves and 2 for the Norse.
Yep, and both for the Norse, was the palm tackle, chunky drink lots, the Berserker. We knew that guy was going to be an elf killer. That guy's a beast. Two SPP for him. Guard Lino got the MVP, which is pretty good, and then that freak Lino, the Agility 5, was able to punch in a touchdown as well.
Oh my gosh, hopefully it gets like dodge or something. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and you can see for the High Elves, one of their priorities this game was leveling up the Agility 5 dodge Lino. 3 completions and a touchdown to get them the 6 SPP needed to give up the next level. That's all of a sudden a pretty damn good piece on that team.
Yep. And the catcher also level, which Mighty Blow.
Yeah, great catcher. Got a touchdown and a casualty. Pretty good game for him. The thrower caught it badly hurt. Thankfully, he's just fine, especially since he got the MVP. High Elves are starting to look like to be in pretty good shape. It's a tough matchup against Norse. They did only have the 1 tackle, but usually Norse, or they have 2 tackles, I suppose, but it's usually a tough matchup for Elves going up against Norse. Norse can usually outbash them pretty heavy, but they look like they did a really good job of generating more blocks back and disengaging in other ways, except for just dodging out.
I think the wrestle pieces probably played a key part in that too.
Yeah, that's a good call. Could be. Yeah, 3 wrestle pieces. So.
All right, and should we look at the matchups next week, or should we look at the standings for the week?
Let's take a look at the standings. We will preface that this is coming at a time where 1 game has been played already for during week 11, so we'll keep that in mind. And yeah, so I'll take a quick look at the standings here for 4C, Raaraar, man, I'm totally probably butchering his name, continues to constantly win. It was a little bit tougher for him this past week. Has rattled off 10 straight victories to start the season. I'm not sure if anyone has ever won all of their games in a Rebbl season. There have been some undefeated with some draws put in, but I'm not 100% sure if everyone's won all of their games. So that's something to keep an eye out on. This guy's just had a fantastic run. He has a fantastic team. Obviously, is a good coach. Really exciting stuff to see here. Really running away from that playoff spot. He's now 7 points ahead with 3 weeks to go. So I believe if he wins this next week, he has sealed a playoff spot. I believe that's correct.
Right.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I'm trying to think if he draws. He may have also, because if he draws, then there's only 2 games left, and he's up 8 points, so he might have already sealed it with a draw as well. So it's pretty good. He's definitely running away with it, and just incredible season from him. Right behind him is a Lizardman, the one that pulled off the great win against the Orcs this week, 7-1. I mean, he's put up 23 points. It's kind of tough to sit there and say he's second place and not in a playoff running, or doesn't look like he's probably going to be in the playoffs, but right there for the Challenger Cup, 7-1, a lot of wins. He did a fantastic job this past week. He's fighting with the other Dark Elf team within the division, who has 21 points, right on his tail for that Challenger Cup spot, and that's gonna be kind of the race to watch towards these last 3 games. And also is a Medicinal Carrot coming in 4th. This is a really good coach. I know he started off the season rough. I'm not surprised that he's towards the top of the table all of a sudden. I was paying attention to him some last year or last season, and he's a fantastic coach. So not surprised that he's up there even with an underworld team.
The Dwarfs, it might be a tall order for them to make it into the Challenger Cup, so we might as well just have some fun. I mean, it's a tall order for him to get there, but it's possible. And I don't think it's possible for everyone else, but
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
They might as well try to ruin everyone else's hope.
No, I mean the good thing about this is that there's still a lot of development on these teams within this division. They're all kind of second season teams. I don't think we saw one team except for maybe the Raaraar's team that is, I would say, good development wise long term. Maybe the Undead as well, but most teams are still needing a lot of development for them to kind of start competing for those playoff spots and for future seasons. So no, it's exciting. There are a lot of good teams out there, a lot to play for these last 3 weeks as well. So it'd be good. It'd be good to see exactly how this all wraps up.
All right, good input. Let's see. Week 11, right? Yeah.
Yeah, week 11.
Do we go to the game that was played right away, or?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll jump off there. So won't be able to preview this one. We'll just do a kind of quick look and see. We see Tater Spyro coming off a loss in week 10 with a good 1-0 victory over a pretty tough Undead team. Came with a TV disadvantage. It looked like he was able to replace one of those Black Orcs with a rookie, but the other one was obviously MNG'd. So he only had 3 Black Orcs in. One was a complete rookie. Was able to have kind of badly hurts on the rookie came in and immediately got badly hurt. His name is Delete Me in 3. So
that's good.
That was pretty good. Oh man, that's pretty good. The Undead were able to. The Mummies did work. They both got a casualty. The White got a casualty as well. But really, the Orcs were able to generate tons of blocks in this game. It has been interesting. I mean, I guess similar amount of guard.
Yeah, similar.
But yeah, kudos to him. 64 blocks against a team that has a lot of guard and two strength 5 pieces is not easy to do. So it looks like he did a fantastic job that allowed him to get some removals, a lot more AV breaks. Ultimately, is probably what pushed him over the top for the victory.
Yeah, I don't think probably some of those KOs didn't come back either. You had Orcs had 5 KOs.
Yeah, you'd think there was something at play here that we can't really capture within the stats here that led to the Orcs winning this one. But congrats to him for coming off a tough loss to bouncing back with a win.
Okay, for the rest of the games, go from the top. We got Rebbl versus Medicinal Carrots.
Yeah, and Rebbl here is still trying to build up his Skaven team. It's not easy when you're down TV so much. Now he's coming up against an Underworld team that has a lot of firepower to be able to hurt your team. So another uphill battle for the Rats here.
Yeah, they're gonna have a really difficult time against Medicinal Carrot. Hopefully, he could score quickly. Like, do what Skaven do best.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, there's probably something to that, to where you're trying to just develop on your key players, keep them safe, score quick if you have to. Look forward to developing your team. It's going to be tough here. They'll be able to get a wizard, and they do have some gutter runners that can do some damage. But this is a good coach with a team that's kind of designed to probably inflict quite a bit of pain here.
All right, our next matchup: Wait, Hold My Beer versus Queen Elizabeth. Chorus versus Dark Elves.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. With Grandview King or Wait Hold My Beer, he's been one of the hotter coaches in the division. He's won a bunch of games, and I was gonna show you is Ruff Chuff, the Bull Centaur, the one that leveled, the one that we're trying to kill. He rolled a double.
Way. No way. Leave.
Yeah,
I gotta watch his match. I have to watch that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the bull leaping animation. I would say that that's kind of a meme lord pick, but at the same time, strength 4, block tackle, 3+ leaps.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty good.
You can't go wrong with that.
Pretty good.
All that guard too to cancel
Yeah.
out.
I probably would have gone dodge because it syncs a little bit better with the agility 4, but that's a beast of that's a beast that once again. All right, I'm giving a shout out to Queen Elizabeth. Don't know if you watched this or not. It's up to you. $20. Kill that piece.
Or hopefully it just kills itself off.
that would be some justice. That would be some justice. Oh man! So I mean, coming in, this is a really interesting matchup. Queen Elizabeth, good coach, good team. Said back-to-back really good seasons. Grandview King, Wait Hold My Beer, has improved steadily as a coach over the last few seasons. You really started to see him click here. He has a really good team. He's going to be missing one blocker, but I think overall it's going to be a really tough matchup for the Dark Elves. Curious to see how this one goes. I think this will be a good test for Grandview King as a measuring stick of where he has come as far as coaching ability over the last few seasons.
Yeah, but hopefully the Dark Elves won't run all the way around him because 3 movement 8 pieces with nothing really to catch up besides the Centaurs. But
yeah,
hopefully
they have the advantage
Dark Elves
there.
keep the pieces out of range because that's a lot of mighty blow to deal with.
That's true. That is definitely true.
All right, we got Earth versus Incesticide, so Lizards versus Chaos.
Yeah, I bet you when the schedules came out and Urs saw that there was a Chaos team in the division, he probably went to the schedule and circled this game because this is the exact type of teams that are made to decimate lizards.
Yep.
This is a guy that is coming for a Challenger Cup playoff spot. He is shown to have an incredible season so far. Incesticide is probably a bit disappointed about how his season has gone so far. He's a better coach than what his record says. He's also, I'm not sure really if you've read any of his articles and stuff. He does a lot of stuff on like Rebbl News. He's a great writer. He is a great content creator for the league. But this is interesting, for Urs, he's probably trying to get through this with at least a draw and not a lot of death. So
especially on those couple of those skinks, because the Chaos, they do have some skink killers, and they have about 4 tackle, if I counted correctly, 3 or 4.
quite a bit of tackle. He has the Frenzy Mighty Blow Beastman tackle piece who kind of wrecked some goblins last week. Not too dissimilar from the skinks. This will be yep, and this will be a tough matchup for Urs.
All right, and we got the Gunner 2-3 versus Kiwi Bird 4-4. So
these two coaches are both at the bottom of the table. They both have had difficult seasons, kind of for some different reasons. The Chaos is just it takes a long time for Chaos to develop. They're not easy to win with, kind of made to kill things. I know Kiwi Bird has had kind of a unique build with his team. For Gunner, Pro Elves, AV7 is rough to get through a long season in the grind with. I know he has faced some attrition, has had some frustrating games for his from his perspective, but coming in pretty even TV here. Couple interesting teams coming at it. What are you expecting in this one?
I'm actually expecting Gunner 2-3 to pull this one off. Pull it off again.
Back-to-back wins. How about that, man? How about that? I wouldn't be surprised about that either. Like I said last week, I think he's a better coach than what his record says. His team is starting to actually take shape, even though I know he said he may wanting to re-roll, but he got some nice level ups. It's 1680 is actually a pretty healthy TV for Pro Elves. You don't see them getting much higher than that typically. So his team is starting to be geared and ready to go, and I wouldn't be surprised with that result at all.
All he's got to worry about is the Centaur has Claw, but that's pretty much useless this match. But only one
Mighty blow.
Only
one mighty blow. Well, I guess 2 pieces of mighty blow if you count the Minotaur. He has a tackle warrior, which could be rough. I mean, but they're also AV7, and so if you just generate enough blocks, that in itself could lead to some removals. Maybe not casualties, but enough stuns can hold back a drive or allow you to score, or even just knockouts not coming back as well could be a factor.
Also knows that Beastman on Kiwi Bird, double movement bust, but has block and guard.
Probably one you should fire.
I was about to say.
They get guard on normals. Probably time to fire that piece.
That is almost bad dwarf.
Yeah, it is. It's a real bad dwarf.
All right, then next one we got generic game. Oh wait, we already went through that one. My bad. Randall Clark versus Buzzard 295.
Yeah,
High Elves versus
Nurgle. Yeah, Buzzard's getting some elves. There's a pretty elf-heavy division, which is rough for a Nurgle team that's trying to develop. Kind of a rough set of teams that Buzzard has to go through this season. Once again, coming with a high elf team that is starting to look pretty good. Let's take a peek at his agility 5 or his lineup piece. Took wrestle, so looking this could be his 4th wrestle on the team, but potentially could be someone who can get tackle or leap, or a lot of different ways you can move that piece. Could be someone that's kind of designated for sacking the ball carrier. His team's looking pretty good so far. That's a pretty nice looking high elf team. They're still maybe a few pieces away from being elite, but that's a really good high elf team. coming against a Nurgle squad where even though they're probably at a TV advantage here, it still feels like they're missing some tools.
They only have one guard, one tackle piece too.
Yep, only one tackle piece.
Stacker.
It looks like he did
might...
fire that other Pestigore, the movement up Pestigore who took a movement bust. So now he has
yep.
2 rookie Pestigores. But I mean, the good thing for him is he can solely focus on development through the rest of the season and the off season as well. I think that might give him anywhere from 6 to 7 games, depending on how the off season is set up. That could be enough games to get him over the hump and have his team really clicking on all cylinders and start to do some damage. I would like to see his Warriors start to get some Mighty Blow, get some Claw, because that's what Nurgle starts to be really good at. I can see he elected to take Stand Firm on a couple of his Warriors, which is good. It allows you to punch back, but they don't punch very hard at the moment. And so I think I want to see these Warriors get the Mighty Blow, Claw. I want to see a Pestigore be built into a killer. Let me see that Mighty Blow, Claw, Pile On, Tackle. I want to see all those things on these Pestigores to really make this Nurgle team feared and do what they do best, which is fight.
Saying the Nurgle might have a little bit. They're missing Mighty Blow, which is going to be. It's very important especially against high elves with a little bit more armor. But I think it's going to be a close match either way.
I like how the Buzzard 295 has a different coach name, Reddit name, Discord, and Steam name all together. That's he goes by Buzzard, he goes by the safety-minded gamer, power player, and also libertarian hot dog shop as well.
Wow.
That's funny. All right, and the last one up is, can the Night Elf Brohawk stay not just undefeated, but can they win again? Can they go for 11 straight?
Now the Norse, they have a healthy team right now too. So they got every piece here. So they got the killers, got both killers here, and they do have Dauntless. The runner is
the runner,
Dauntless.
He just leveled a strength up on that runner. Actually, he leveled him up this past week and was able to get strength on him. That's a fantastic piece. All of a sudden, he also has like agility access. So that's a guy that could be dodge, leap, tackle, fend, like whatever you want to look for. The agility 5 piece took fend. Interesting. That's really interesting. I mean, the thing is, for the Norse to win this matchup, Chunky Drinklots has to go out of his mind and kill tons of elves. Maybe Macho Body Hair too, but him not having tackle makes it a bit rough. But Chunky is a key for the Norse to winning this matchup.
And also another thing, the Dark Elves are missing their Agi 5 piece too.
They are a really important piece. So yeah, I mean, they obviously have some. I mean, they have so many other pieces that are good, but it'd be interesting. I mean, they do have 5 Linos, like unskilled Linos, that the other Berserker Macho Body Hair could just kind of tee off on if given a chance. So I do think this is a tough matchup for the Dark Elves. Missing one of their best players. I mean, I still think they win, but do they come out unscathed? I think is a legitimate question.
I'm actually just going to go for the underdog. I want Norse to win this.
All right. Yeah, let's see it.
Just for fun. Like, it would be nice to see Norse just, take off the leader. The only undefeated person left in Rebbl.
Hey, I mean, if you're a coach who isn't vying for a playoff spot here, you don't get a lot more better motivation than trying to knock off a coach who hasn't lost or even drawn yet so far this season. So, go all out, go for the win. I mean, if you're trying to develop your team, I can understand being somewhat conservative, but I also wouldn't blame a coach to go all out for the win here and try to stop that streak.
Yeah, so go for it. Yeah, why not? take out an elf or take out one of those witch elves,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah, yeah. That'd be glorious. All right, so that wraps up the Week 10 recap. Um, Let us know in the Discord when your matches are. I do have the ability to stream if they align to a time that I'm available and free. I'd be happy to stream your matches as well. I really starting to really enjoy getting to know these teams and see how they develop and maybe how they die throughout the season as well. It's kind of part of Blood Bowl.
Yeah, right.
But no, I really enjoy it. So yeah. Also, Woo, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's let me know in Discord when you guys play.
Yeah, I also want to see. Wait, hold on, beer. I want to see that Centaur leap. I actually haven't seen that animation before. I think it might be really cool. So
Or really lame. Who knows? Who
either
knows
way,
what
I think
sign-
it might be cool. It'd be like a Tomb Guardian leaping. I saw that once.
I've seen an ogre leap, which was great. They kind of just do like a high hurdle. That was pretty good.
But yeah, so we got some things to look forward for this next
Yeah,
week. So
excellent.
yeah,
All
let
right.
us know and we'll catch them. But yeah, that concludes our recap.
Yeah, thanks, Woo. See y'all later.
Yep, see you.